a ship to across sea of suffering. Nichiren Daishonin wrote this letter at Kamakura in the first year of Kocho, about 2 weeks before he was exiled to Ito. Virtually nothing is known about the recipient, Shiji Shijo, other than that he lived in the province of Shuruga and was acquainted with two of the Daishonin's leading disciples. A passage in the Medicine King chapter of the Lotus Sutra that speaks of a ship in which to cross the water. In this letter, the Daishonin teaches that the daimoku of the Lotus Sutra is the ship that can unfailingly transport one across the sea of life's inevitable suffering to the distant shore of enlightenment. I asked him about what you told me the other day. I found it to be exactly as you said. You should therefore strive in faith more than ever to receive the blessings of the Lotus Sutra. Listen with the ears of Xia Kuang and observe with the eyes of Li Lo. In the latter day of the law, the votary of the Lotus Sutra will appear without fail. The greater the hardships befalling him, the greater the delight he feels, because of his strong faith. Does not a fire burn more briskly when logs are added? All rivers flow into the sea, but does the sea turn back their waters? The current of the hardship pour into the sea of the Lotus Sutra and rush against its votary. The river is not rejected by the ocean, nor does the votary reject sufferings. Were it not for the flowing rivers, there would be no sea. Likewise, without tribulations, there would be no votary of the Lotus Sutra. As Tiantai stated, the various rivers flow into the water and then to the sea, and logs make a fire burn more briskly. You should realize that it is because of profound karmic relationship from the past that you can teach others even a sentence of the phrase of Lotus Sutra. The sutra reads, nor will they hear the correct law. Such people are difficult to save. The correct law means the Lotus Sutra. It is difficult to save those who are deaf to the teachings of the Lotus Sutra. A passage from the Teachers of the Law chapter reads, if one of these good men or good women, after I have passed into extinctions, is able to secretly expound the Lotus Sutra to one person, even one phrase of it, then you should know that he or she is the envoy of that thus come one. This means that anyone who teaches others even a single phrase of the Lotus Sutra is the envoy of thus come one, whether the person is a priest or a layman, nun or a laywoman. You are already a lay practitioner and therefore one of the good men described in the sutra. One who listens even a sentence or phrase of the sutra and cherishes it deep. One's heart may be likened to a ship that crosses the sea of the sufferings of birth and death. The great teacher Miaolo stated, even a single phrase cherished deep in one's heart will without fail help others reach the opposite shore. To ponder one phrase and practice it is to exercise navigation. Only the ship of Myoho Rengekyo enables one to cross the sea of the sufferings of birth and death. The Lotus Sutra speaks of someone finding a ship in which to cross the water. This ship might be described as follows: as a shipbuilder of infinitely profound wisdom, the world honored one of the great enlightenment, the Lord of teachings, gathered the lumber of the four flavors and 8 teachings, planned it by honestly discarding the provisional teachings, cut and assembled the planks, forming a perfect unity of both right and wrong, and completed the craft by driving home the spikes of the one true teachings, that is comparable to flavor of ghee. Once thus he launches the ship upon the sea of the sufferings of birth and death, unfurling its sails of the 3,000 realms on the mast of the one true teachings of middle way, driven by fair wind of the true aspect of all phenomena. The vessel surges ahead, carrying abroad all people who can gain entrance through faith alone. The thus come one, Shakyamuni is at the helm. The thus come one, many treasures, takes up the mooring rope, and four bodhisattvas led by superior practices, now quickly matching one another as perfectly as a box and its lid. This is the ship in which to cross the water. Those who are able to board it are the disciples and lay supporters of nature and believers and wholeheartedly. When you visit Shijokingo, please have an earnest talk with him. I will write you again in more detail. Thank you.